Hey everybody, and welcome back to another live show. No video intro today. It's kind of weird, but having some issues with the studio, so wouldn't play videos. Rags to riches, Pulsechain, Pulsex, and Hex Token and Hex. Yes, sir. Rags to riches. That's going to be the story of the bull market, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to get mostly into the markets today. Probably have on a shorter live stream today, just given the news flow at the moment. But man, always an opportunity to pick up some of the gold and cryptos of Richard Hart. So we're going to be getting into that. And of course, Life Beneath the Truth comes in. How are you today? Very good, thank you. And of course, Hex, Pulsex, and Incentive for the Win, 100%. It's a little bit easy to say when you say it like that too. But there we go. Big welcome to everybody. We've got a few people here, so get into the chat, make it lively, folks. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe today, either on Hex Token channel, Superman Crypto, or Pulsechain X. So those are the three channels we're streaming to at the moment. Over 10,500 subscribers. So big thanks to everybody for support. Sandy Beach is in here. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Our health and fitness influencer in the house. And of course, day 21, 10 more days until a new challenge. So last month it was press up challenge in February. March has been the squat challenge, which is currently on day 21. And of course, next month, what will it be? We'll find out. But that is the link to Sandy Beach. Give her a follow and get involved in that fitness challenge. Brennan says, morning, Superman and family. Good to see Brennan in the house. I check my pulse. Good evening, Superman. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Archie as well. Hi, all. Good to see Archie as well. All right, looking pretty good there. Going pretty well. All right, let's get into it, eh? Let's go straight to the news. We're going to get into the what's happening here. We'll get into the news here. So we've got stock market again. Another great day on the stock market. S&P 500 notches up record close. Keeps making new record highs every day, which is kind of cool. As stock continues record run. How about that? So let's have a look at the numbers. We've got the Dow Jones. Remember, that's the top in 30 industrials in the United States in this index. Is up 0.7%, 270 points almost to 39,781. Wow, that's amazing. Look at that. Let's look at the max chart for that. You can see that, man, it's heading toward 40,000. Wow, on the Dow Jones. Insano and Brano. And of course, the S&P 500 is up 0.3%, 17 points to 5,241. And the NASDAQ with all the tech companies in it is up 0.2%, 32 points to 16,401. You can see they're all breaking new records. We're witnessing history here on the stock market. Crazy, crazy, crazy. The US dollar is up quite a bit there too, 0.6%, up to 103.69 on the dollar index versus its trading partners. So some strength coming back into the US dollar. Let's have a look at the West Texas oil. The West Texas oil is just down slightly there at $80.92, and the Brent oil there is up slightly at $85.60. There we go on the oil. That's per barrel, of course. Gold is not too bad at the moment, 2,183, but of course all the action's been in Bitcoin, isn't it? And of course that's just down a tad. Silver is at $24.90, holding on there as well. So those are sort of the commodities. We've got a bit more news around the post-Fed rally continues. That's the title. Risk appetite has been boosted by the prospect of lower interest rates and a resilient U.S. economy after Fed officials maintained their forecast for 3 rate cuts this year. So that's what we're expecting. Goldman Sachs economists said in a Wednesday note that they believe the Federal Reserve are unlikely to delay rate cuts for an extended period and are planning the first reduction at the June meeting. So this first half of the year is like the holy grail for crypto news, and of course looking really good. Now I think they're going to be a little bit better on monetary expansion as well. In other words, not monetary expansion per se, but less contractionary, the rate of contraction in the monetary supply. Obviously, that's their other tool that they have to use. Obviously, we want expansion. Maybe 6% a year would be pretty nice, and of course, that would fuel the assets bubbles, which we want to get to. We continue to expect cuts in June, September, and December. So this has been expecting June, September, and December for a total of 3 cuts in 2024. So that's really good. Fuel the rally, baby. Yeah, baby, yeah. And that leads, December, of course, U.S. election on November the 5th there. So that'd be bullish, especially if we get the right outcome to save Western civilization from the crazies. On the economic front, data continued to show strength in the labor market as new claims for unemployment benefits unexpectedly fell last week, while the Philip Fed index reading surprised to the upside, underscoring the recovery in manufacturing activity. So the economy still kind of got resiliency there at the moment. Additionally, the Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index showed unexpected growth in March. So still pretty robust strength there in the US market. That leads us into crypto, of course. Crypto at the moment, Bitcoin, $65,685, down 3.5%. At the moment on Bitcoin, Bitcoin dominance at 50.72%. Ethereum there at $3,500, holding pretty well after yesterday's move, and that is down almost 1%. Solana losing quite a bit of its gains, down 6.5% at $180. What else is down there? AVAX is down $5.85%, down 54. So a little bit of retraces there, and of course some of the where's the meme coins gone over here? Meme coins pulling back as well. You got Pepe pulling back. How much is that? 8% and so forth. But Dodge is up 2.6%. So still some resiliency in the meme coins. Let's zoom in on Bitcoin though. Have a look at the chart, and this is on Coinbase, and you can see yesterday we had that big sell-off. Man, what a big sell-off that was. And of course we can pull the ruler up. Let's do that. And we got pulled back all the way down to down 25.6% down from the highs. But we have rebounded, and it hasn't been too bad, is it? Rebounded there. And of course we've got as high as what? About 17% gains. And we're currently up, up still a fair amount there at 3,488. So what are we in a new day? No, 20 minutes left in a new day. So we've had quite a short, tight range here at the moment on the old. Is this Ethereum? So this is Ethereum. I got the charts in the wrong order. We got this is Ethereum, and we got 3,252 on Ethereum. Is the 50-day moving average. Of course, we pierced that and bounced off it. That's got to be a bullish sign, surely. And let's bring over the overlays. As you guys know, we've had the Deacon upgrade. We're coming up to the Bitcoin halving. Bitcoin halving is getting closer day by day, 26 days away approximately. And then, of course, we've got the Ethereum ETFs. However, the approval probabilities moved down from about 60% down to 35%. And that is on the 23rd of May. We'll see where the news flows in the next 2 months, turn that around. But, of course, then we've got our likely interest rate cut, the first one in June. That's looking pretty good there from the analysts. And so that's pretty bullish for the first half of the year. Not bad at all there for Ethereum. Bitcoin, of course, which I thought was the last chart, is had a pretty similar move down and back up. In fact, Ethereum is actually holding up better by comparison. We went down 18% and on that move down, but we moved up. How much? We moved up about 12-13%, so weaker than Bitcoin from that perspective. From Ethereum, by that perspective, we're still up about just under 8% at the moment, with Bitcoin at 65,433, just in the bottom of the top half of that range. The 50-day moving average is currently sitting at 59,237, that yellow line. So not too bad at this stage. And of course, as you guys know, we add the overlays in. We're getting closer and closer and closer to that Bitcoin halving. Look at it, getting so close. 26 days or so. So looking pretty good. We're about to turn over a new day as well. So that's looking not too bad. That's going to lead us into Pulsechain with the Pulsechain updates, of course. Rags to riches, Pulsechain, Pulsex, Incentive, and Hex. We're looking forward to good stuff there. We covered the other day some of Richard Hart's posts about how you get big X's in the AMM pools and across the board. So if you haven't checked that out, I think we did that yesterday or 2 days ago. I think maybe 2 days ago. You can check that out as well. We covered that in full, so not bad. Let's see who else has jumped in. We got Wookie in the house there. Good to see you, Wookie. Wookie is in the midst. We got Dave down under. Pulsex could be like Clark Kent, ready to make the transformation. I like that one. I like that a lot. Yeah. Clark Kent, the Superman, and we like that. Another long day at the shipyard today. Sometimes in the next 18 months, my own boat, says Check My Pulse. Oh, that would be great. Wish you well on that one, Check My Pulse. Certainly doing a lot of the right things to get there. MT Coiner's in the house there. Good to see MT Coiner. J Pond as well. G'day, Superman. Good to see you, J Pond. And a big shout out to everybody there from J Pond. Hello, all. Good to see you in the house. All right, let's get back into it. Richard Hart, let's go. What a place to start. The founder, of course, of all the awesomeness. Let's see where we're going here. Where are we going? We're going over here. Okay, there we go. All right, so gold just made an all-time high of $2,223. And of course, this is 17 hours old or whatever. The S&P 500 just made an all-time high of 5,226. Bitcoin last week made an all-time high of 73,794. Ethereum hasn't made its new all-time high yet. A very key line there. And of course, then he posts, of course, you know what he posts, S&P 500. So showing the all-time highs there, gold, all-time highs, Bitcoin, all-time highs, and of course, Ethereum, they're yet to make an all-time high, which was, 4,900. So Ethereum's got a lot of upside there. He had 73,000 views on that. So nice little post there from Richard. He also had another little post here. What was that one? Talking about Pulsechain yesterday. That was 18 hours ago. So highlighting the awesomeness of Pulsechain and the bridge. You can use the cool bridge and, of course, get a lot cheaper fees than on Ethereum, right? So that's the way to go. Who needs a Deacon upgrade when you got Pulsechain, right? All right, so there we go. That is pretty much it. We're going to get today results for day 314. So let's get into that. Pulsechain 00012 down 3%, 20% above the mean sacrifice price at the moment. So some nice zones for pickup here in the old Pulsechain. And of course, just a reminder of Richard Hart's posts around how easy it is to get big X returns if you're changing around the liquidity pools and pumping money into the system. So definitely tell your friends to come over to Pulsechain. It's super cheap, super fast, and the potential for the magic cup rides in play. And of course, here we are sitting very strongly over the mean sacrifice price, 20% above. So we've been managing to hold on to that quite nicely. Pulsex at the moment is at 0.0519, down 5.3%. At the moment, that's still well discount from the mean sacrifice price, 52%. So a lot of potential upside for that. We already touched, of course, the mean sacrifice price about a week ago when we had that $15 million pump. So keep note of that. Now, the buy and burn is also part of the special magic sauce that makes things go up, 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 and up. And of course, we've got the buy and burn at 761 billion now has been bought up and burned. And that's part of the superior tokenomics of the Pulsechain Pulsex hybrid, right? Rags to riches. There we go. We've got 3.73% is bought and burned and gone off the market from the public supply. So we'll never see that again. 3.73%. And on top of that, of course, we have Power City Earn Protocol taking a lot off the market, and other protocols that have been launched on Pulsechain. Now, incentive token at the moment is incentive token is $6.46, down 2.56%, but the ratio has stayed up real strong, not 53,967. So basically 54,000. That is looking really strong. So not bad there. Now the supply is 27 million tokens. Of course, these are emitted from the V1 farms on Pulsex and up and away there. PHEX at the moment 1.24 cents, and that is down 5.86%. And of course, EHEX there at quarter of a penny. The combined price EHEX and PHEX just under 1.5 cents at the moment. And of course, once that goes over 3 cents, you guys know it. It's going to be off to the races. So can't wait for that day. It can't be too far away. And of course, we've got the Bitcoin halving coming up, as we say, in about 26 days or so. So game on. So that is pretty much the results there for day 3/114. So check out the zoom in on the charts here. And we've got Pulse here over almost in the oversold territory. So we've got a lot of potential upside for Pulse. Looking good there. And Pulsex, also similar story, down at 43. It's kind of in the oversold territory, not full on oversold, but in that sort of zone where it's got a lot of upside. And of course, we've got the incentive token, and this ratio is staying up like a boss, man. Look at this thing. Wow. Woo-hoo-hoo. Up at that, what's the resistance here? Pretty much 56,000, I guess, to break that. But this thing is still looking very, very good as well. So not bad there with the old incentive token. Let's have a look at the PHEX chart here. Once again, all pretty similar spots there. 39, even weaker on this mark here. And of course, Pulsex has generally been, apart from this big breakout here, this big, I guess, event here that we had with Richard Hart and EHEX, it has actually got a lot more upside potential on the RSI. And you can see that in the chart that has broken down through several levels. So potential for upside is massive there on PHEX. EHEX, of course, even weaker, obviously, with the EHEX saga, as we call it. What do we call it? What do they call it? Clickbait? No. What do you call it? I'll think of it. Oh, yeah. What do you call it? EHEX gate? Do we call it EHEX gate? I don't know, something like that. You guys let me know. But that is kind of where we're at the moment, 2,400 to a penny. And we have got quite a few influencers, obviously, supporting EHEX. Now, my view is that you've got T-shares on both chains. And cool, it's mutable code, keeps going. So there we go. As long as it's always got liquidity, it seems to have, then it's always game on. Now, obviously, PHEX is the place where the magic cart ride is going to happen. EHEX will probably get dragged up, but EHEX does have the BankX wall. So you've got to take those basic facts into account. But once again, there's crypto, and it can get dragged up. So EHEX is still in the game. The code is still paying out, and there's a huge amount of investors in it, of course. 9.3 million T shares. So it's not really going anywhere anytime soon based on the current numbers. All right, that is it there. And of course, it is, what is it? The classic Hex, the Genesis Hex. I don't know, you guys decide what you like to call it. EHEX, of course, is commonly used versus PX. Just an easy, quick way of referencing them. All right, let's jump into the combined price of EHEX and PX on the chart here on investdex.io, number one workstation on Pulsechain. And of course, here we are at 1.5 cents. And of course, we came down all the time. Three main attempts, let's call it, at hitting 3 cents and failed. Fourth time lucky. Normally it's third time lucky, but fourth time lucky. And that's kind of where we are. And of course, potential upside's a lot there, right? A lot of upside to get back even to 3 cents. But once we're away, it's going to happen fast, and people will cry about it. Go, oh, I didn't think it was going to go. Didn't think it was going to happen. But don't count down Hex, right? Might be second round for Hex, but man, don't count it out at all. All right, so that is pretty much it. We're going to talk about Hex later on, but that is the numbers. Let's go to the validators. Have a quick look at those. Validators at the moment, 49,270, and we've got 1.8 trillion off the market. It's pretty much been the same for several days now, this level of validators. The gas prices at the moment, 238,000 beats, super cheap. This is kind of the super cheap zone for Pulsechain. And of course, it's 1 cent for a Pulsex swap, 600th of a penny for a Pulsecoin transfer, and 2/10 of a penny for a PRC20 transfer. You can see, I love this addition by GoPulse here with the comparison by depending on what action you're going to make, what the fee is versus Ethereum. And you can see everything is pretty much dirt cheap, right? Like a swap 1 cent, $26 on Ethereum. And Ethereum at the moment, the GUI is actually really super low, like crazy low at the moment. 21 GUI compared to what we've had recently, which has been quite brutal on Ethereum. 2,600 times cheaper than that, even with GUI at 21. So there we go. And of course, you're still paying something like $26 or so on a swap versus 1 cent on Pulsex. Now, the cool thing about that on Pulsechain is that, we're super cheap, super fast. There are other chains like that. But you can see some here. We've got Polygon and Arbitrum and things like that, Litecoin. But we have a lot of compounding protocols, and we have a lot of profit sharing protocols, which really distinguishes us. And of course, we are really leading DeFi space. We have so many good DeFi innovators like Jacob's ecosystem, like Tetra, like Proteus, P-Day, AI, and things like that. So we have lots of cool things happening, like Dipcatcher. They're always continuing to innovate. So it's a really fun place to be. Alex McFerder, the list goes on. We've got some really cool, innovative devs and leading the DeFi charge in Pulsechain. Let's go to the bridge. See the health check. This is like the health check. We're sitting at 134 million at the moment on the old amount that's been bridged over to Pulsechain. We can see we've got 45.4 million. I think that's up slightly from yesterday on the old DAI that's bridged over. USDC 23.7, USD Tether 17.3. We're going to be watching this number in particular. There's a number we're going to be watching is the health check for the Pumpermentals for the Magic Up Ride, going from rags to riches. That's kind of the theme there. Let's see here. We've got Coast at 4 million. Now, I don't know if you've seen it, but Coast has talked about getting a debit credit card. So let me pull it up. I'll be back in a minute. Let me just pull that up because I want to talk about that. That was what I was want to talk about yesterday, but I forgot to talk about it. So we're going to go to Coast and pick that up. And let's see. I think Zero Coast, isn't it? Zero Coast. Yeah, there we go. And they talked about that yesterday, which is pretty exciting. They're not the only ones that are looking to do some sort of exit on-ramps and things like that. So I think that's pretty positive. So let's pull that up. Bam. And you can see it here. Something wrong with my screen there. You can see it here. Important update. It's true. We're working on a Pulsechain debit card. But our current priority is allowing people to on-ramp money onto the chain. Obviously, they're fixing up their financial providers. They typically have one that's kind of been a bottleneck, a bit of a risk, and they've had risk with those two. So now they're going to have something like up to 10, plus they're doing their own financial intermediary as well. And then, of course, they're looking at debit card coming down in the future there. As easy as possible, we want a glorious bull market. So that could be coming, and that means you could be on-ramping, off-ramping, via credit card from Pulsechain. Wouldn't it be insane? your Pulse, your money, your Pulse on Pulse. Imagine that. So that's going to be really cool. Now, we also know that Liquid Loans is working on something big with a big partnership that may be in a similar space. They talked about the exit of Pulsechain and entry. So we could be seeing something from the Liquid Loans as well. Question mark there. So some really cool things happening in the space on Pulsechain and really going to help with the narrative and adoption. Brennan says, when RH tokens all-time high? It's going to be glorious. That's true. We got Joey in the house there. Hi all. Good to see you, Joey. Tim Top as well. What's up, Mexicans? Good to see that as well. Now, you might have seen in my feed on X social platform, I put in Beetlejuice. That's the second Beetlejuice #2 coming out with the original actors, and it looks amazing. Man, it's so good. So many movies these days are so cringe, and of course woke infested. But the Beetlejuice 2 looks like it's done really well. They got Burton's running it again, so it's the old crew, and man, it's amazing how good they all look, and it's so good. And the teaser was so good. We got Clintron says, hey crew, good to see you, Clintrons, and Hexmail as well. Welcome. Nice to see everybody here. All right, let's get into it. So that is from Check My Pulse. Sorry, that is from Coast, I should say. Check My Pulse as well. Looking good. And of course, the locked amount of coins. How many coins are locked? We've got 2.6 trillion pulses locked off the market. And we also obviously have Power City with 744 billion off the market as well. Now, I did have some unusual event on Power City Earn Protocol yesterday, where one of my DGN accounts got liquidated. It was weird, and I couldn't see no reason why it did, but it did. So this it's kind of weird like that. So I'm not sure what's happening there. All right, that is pretty much it on the markets there. We've got obviously a lot of things happening. As you guys can see, I still haven't done my list yet. I've got to get around to doing it, hopefully today. I keep telling myself, but I get distracted by so many other things. So I will try and get this project list updated fully. There's so many missing. As you guys know, I deleted all my my memory banks, and I have to reset it all up, but I'm doing it in a better format. So we'll see how we get on. Anyway, so out of the ones that I do have on the list, which include some of the top protocols at the moment, we've got the best performer is Weight Token from Coast. So good news there. I think people like the credit card narrative as well. So that's up 25% on the old Coast Weight Token there. And off the bottom though. So nice little opportunity to pick this up while it's having this waiting to get back online, right, with deposits and stuff like that. So a loan token from Liquid Loans is up 10% as well. Not too bad there. MCR is up 6%. MCR is doing a lot of cool things out there at the moment. Check out MCR on their X social posts. Yeah, is that all we're going to say? Yeah, I think ZKZX, the Tornado Cash Fork, was doing pretty well overnight. That sort of seems flat at the moment. And of course, Earn Token from Power City is down 12%, 40 cents. Pulsepot there is down 12% as well, and Bean is down 16% on that one. The derivatives, of course, Hedron Acosa. Acosa is up 1% on Pulsechain. Acosa is up a little bit, just a very small amount on Ethereum. That's kind of the highlights there. I have to finish off that list as well. Influencer coins. Hey, I had 5 influencer coins here. I'm not sure where's the 5th one gone. One of them's disappeared. What the heck? So many weird things happening in your neighborhood. Must be that damn Beetlejuice. Don't say Beetlejuice 3 times, of course. You know what happens. We got the note token there is up 129% still at 0.3 of a penny. So it's still looking really good for Randy Alaski's note token there after that massive pump. Look at that big pump that they had. Woo-hoo-hoo. Like I say, that was how much? It was about $225,000. So almost $250,000 pumped that. And it's held up pretty well. So not too bad there. And Randy Alaski and no permissions. Go check him out. What else? Everything else. More tokens down. Access Alive is down after the big pump too. Access Alive got pumped as well. What's going on with these influencer coins, man? They're get pumped big time. Look at that the other day. Got pumped big time. How much money was that? 303,000 on that volume candle, and it got pumped all the way up here. Huge. Trying to hold on at the moment at this 30K, sort of broken down. Looks like it might get a bit of support at 25. But yeah, let's see where that ends up. All right, that is not too bad there. Let's jump over to Pulsex, Hex, of course. You can definitely check that out. Hex, of course, we're waiting for the daily stats, but we haven't even finished the day, so I'm so fast on today's live stream. We haven't even got yesterday's results, day 70 here, 1570. I'm still waiting for that. Oh, we got the results tomorrow. We'll just read out these ones. Day 1571 and of course day 314, I think it was. So we got at the moment, looks like we're going to get 7.023 hex per T-share on the old Ethereum chain, and looks like we're going to get 6.8 on the Pulsechain there. Not too bad. Penalties pretty modest. 800,000 penalties on Ethereum, 141,000 penalties on Pulsechain. What's the price of a T-share? This is spot T-share prices. $111 on the Ethereum side, so EHEX, and $423 spot price T-share, and on Pulsechain. That's pretty much at the moment. Prices not too bad there. Was it to almost 1.6 cents? It's saying here. Probably a bit of rounding there going on. That is pretty much it on that. Hex.com. Check it out. You can buy Hex and of course start mining more Hex today on Pulsechain. That'll be the Magic Carpet Ride chain. And of course, if you want to speculate on the E-chain, you can do that too. That's pretty much it. Woohoo! All right. Man, is that super fast? 25 minutes on my live stream today. Crazy. Now get in the chat there. Let me know anything that's you've seen that's really cool, and I'll see if I can discuss that now before we wrap up. I did say this live stream probably a bit shorter than most. Brennan says Shogun is awesome. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen the Shogun series, I think it's on Hulu in the United States, and you can see it on different other platforms if you're clever enough, of course. But Shogun episode 5, really great series. Really enjoying it. And if you're after quality TV that's not infected by the woke virus, then you can watch Shogun. So good. Tokunaga era. So it's based in the 1550s in Japan, and it's about the shogunate reforming and a fight for power. It's so good, and they got a bit of everything you'd like to see in a movie. Bit of drama, bit of action, bit of this and politics, a bit of strategy, bit of everything. And it's very well done, very authentically well done. So really well worth watching. The other one, the one that I've been watching is season 2 of Halo. And besides one or two little wokeism snuck in there, the season 2 is really good. I've been very enjoying it. And of course, up to episode 8, the flood. You know how bad the flood is, right? So that is with the turning point. So another biological entity happening there. So Master Chief going underground in the Halo. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I think, not sure if there's one more episode on that, or whether they jump into the next season. I think it might be one more episode on that. So yeah, and then they'll probably jump to season 3 after that. But pretty awesome. So 2 good series, Shogun and Halo season 2. The other thing, of course, is Beetlejuice coming out. Teaser trailer out just a couple hours ago. Check it out on my X feed because it looks pretty good if you're after some good quality content, because it's hard to find good entertainment around these days. In fact, I would say there's independent studios like Angel Studios and others that are coming up with really good content because Hollywood's delivering us absolute garbage. And so it's good to see these independent big filmmakers eating Disney's lunch, eating Hollywood's lunch, giving us some really good content that we want to watch, not stuff that they want to indoctrinate us with. So it's fun to see that. Archie's in house says the big update PulseBot should be in 2 days. Sounds like a surprise airdrop. Look at that. So that's from Jacob's Ecosystem, innovating in the DeFi space on Pulsechain. So PulseBot looks like we've got some big news. Now we're expecting TRH, right? Was expected before the end of March. So we may have some news around that maybe in the next week. Archie, let us know if you've heard anything on that. And of course, you can get out our Discord to find out any of the latest and greatest info. That is our Discord link there. Now, our Discord, of course, we've got 2 memberships. One general membership for Pulsechain Hex, where you get access to all the cool community and all the cool information. And of course, you get to share the journey on the Magic Carpet Ride on Pulsechain. That's $5 a month and 16 cents a day. So it's next to nothing. And of course, if you want to get the extra, then join the Strategy Club. That's $35 a month. And that is multi-chain. We look at multi-chain opportunities in a private club there. So definitely get into that. I've got a cool little post that I'll be posting after the live stream in the Strategy Club. So that's going to be cool. All right. We're up to 30 minutes almost. Anyone else got anything else in the chat there? Let us know. Don't forget to check out some of the great influencers in the space, like Randy Alasky, like Rags to Riches, which is the title of the video today, like Crypto Heartbeat, like RH Max. There's some really good influence out there. Fashion Coder, there's lots of cool people to go and check out some of their content as well. Big shout out to all those Pulsechain Hex influencers. Gold Key, Dip Catcher, all them doing some great stuff. Yo, Hachi says, yeah. Both, what's that? Is that a yeah? Is that Canadian? You're not Canadian, are you actually? Yeah. Is that yeah? Or do they say yeah? I don't know. They say eh. They say Canadians, they go, how you doing, eh? Something like that. How you doing, eh? Both TYCZ and TRH should be dropping soon. I'll provide updates in Discord when they're available. There we are. That's from, so if you want to get into Discord, Archie's dropping all that alpha there. So go, and he gives a lot of suggestions that you can follow too. Brennan's in there with the rockets. Absolutely, Brennan. Now, Brennan's our in-house TA expert in Discord. Does some great calls. He's been absolutely crushing it in the Discord. So if you want to get some access to some of these super brains like Archie and Brennan in the house, definitely get into that. And of course, let's not forget our very own Wookie. He likes to give us some craziness in there. He's crazy. We love him. All right. So what else there? Archie says, "Har," like a pirate. Yeah, maybe Archie is a pirate. All right. Okay. I hope you enjoyed today. That's the shortest live stream I've done for ages, 30 minutes, but we're going to leave it there. I'll see you in Discord though for the rest of the day. And don't forget, Rags to Riches, Pulsechain, Pulsex, Incentive Hex. It's going to get exciting, folks, on Pulsechain, and we're looking forward to some magic carpet ride there. So. Don't miss out on that. Don't get fudded out. That's the last thing you should do. Wookie keeps us level-headed, says Brennan. Absolutely. Thank you, says Sandy Beach. You're most welcome. Yeah, definitely check out Sandy Beach on the health and fitness. Really helping the community stay fit for their crypto journey, which is pretty cool. Take care from Lies Beneath as well. Big shout out. All right, I can't play any videos today because something's gone wrong with the studio. Hopefully it will fix itself up by tomorrow, and I'll play around with it today. All right, take care, everybody. I'll see you then. Bye for now.